Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. It is a good day. I don't care how bad it may seem. It is. It is a good day. Yes, I had to join everybody in. It is a good day. Now, listen, you are talking and listening to someone who did not want to live. There was a day that I did not want to live, but I am before you right now, letting you know it is a good day for you. You know why? Because you are living. You are here. You made it to the end of this day. If you're watching in the morning, you've made it to a new day. I'm Dr. Kimberly Nelms Smarr. I am a psychologist. I am a professor. I am a spiritual teacher. And most of all, like I told you before, I am a regular person just like you. I go through life's issues just like you. I am not omitted from the things that happen in life. Oh, I know you're there. I know you are there. And I'm glad that you are looking with me, listening to me at this moment. I know you're at the place where you feel like, my mind is going crazy. What is going on in my life? Seems like if anything can happen, it has happened. Maybe it seems like that for you right now in your life. The children are acting up. My spouse and I seems like we're busting up, breaking up, separating, about to divorce, arguing, bickering. Whatever it may be, you may feel like, what else can happen in my life? The job seems like they're laying off and downsizing. I've been there 20, 30 years, and will I be next? What else can happen in my life? It seems like all hell is broken loose. It seems like I'm waiting for heaven to open up and send a blessing my way. What else can happen in my life? What is going on in my life? It seems like, can it get any better? Oh, I'm here to tell you. Hold on. Take a breath right now. Just grab a hold to the peace. Things will get better. Life will get better. Listen, I told you, you're talking to somebody who did not want to live, who tried not to live, and I'm here before you. Things will get better in your life. Like I told you, I'm Dr. Kimberly Nelms Smarr. Yes, I may do psychology, I may be a professor, but I'm telling you, if you just trust me, your life will get better. Why do I even call this the lifeline? Because I want you to realize that you can live in freedom every day. Not just one day out the week, not just in your time of meditation, not just in your time of worship, not just in your time of prayer, but every day it is intended for you to live in freedom. So if you're not, make a change right now. If you're not living in joy every day, make a change right now. If you're not living in victory every day, make a change right now. And I'm here to help you through spirit make that change. I've been through probably everything that life can throw you through. Through the rocky roads, through the stormy seas, through the cloudy clouds, through the thunderstorms, through the hurricanes of life. And I'm here to tell you, my husband, Pastor Maurice Smarr, we joined together so we both can tell you things will get better. Say that right now. Things will get better. I don't want you just to speak it, to be it. You know, we say those things. Speak it and be it. No, I want you to speak it because you believe it. And when you believe it, you will see it. Yeah, I like that. That just came fresh down from heaven for you. When you speak it, believe it. And when you believe it, you will see it. You're going to see your life change. You're going to see your life get better. And that's why we deal with issues every week that impact our lives, that give us contemplation of pressure and temptation to give up and just feel like defeat in our lives. Every week I come with you to give you another life lesson of what to do when life happens. Don't panic. There's something for you to do. And I'm going to work with you to give you those tools, to give you the keys so you'll know what to do when life happens. We've been dealing with an issue of life. I know it's a strong one. Woo! If you've been here every week, I know you have been tested by what you have learned. We've talked about what to do when unforgiveness happens. Now, I know over these 3 weeks we've been together over this topic, there has been someone that has crossed your mind, that has done something to you in the past, probably in the present today, and you have been faced with the choice to either stay in unforgiveness or to go ahead and press through and forgive. Forget the things behind and press. Yes, press to the mark of forgiveness. Part 1, we talked about the differences between unforgiveness and forgiveness. We talked about the fact that forgiving is to just release that offender from that power they have on you, that weight that they have on you, releasing them from the payback, from the you owe me mentality. Last week, part 2, we dealt with the stages of forgiveness. How to, not them, but you, how to forgive yourself. Oh, we really broke it down about the issues that have caused us to have remorse of our decisions and to beat ourselves up in the head all the time over the choices that we've made. Why in the world did I get with that person? Why in the world did I fall for the okie doke? Why in the world did I open up my heart and give it to somebody who disrespected it? We learned how to forgive ourselves for the choices that brought bad things into our lives. Well, tonight we're going a little bit deeper. This is going to call you to really face some issues and make a change in your life. Tonight we're dealing with the stages of forgiveness, but we're dealing with it. You've been waiting on it. How to forgive your offender. Now, I share with you VIPs, very important points when we talk. I'm going to start tonight's session with a VIP. This VIP is you must be willing to go through the process for your own healing and for your own wholeness. What I'm about to take you through tonight, you've got to be willing to go through the process for your healing and for your wholeness. Now, there are 2 paths I'm going to talk to you about tonight when you're dealing with forgiving your offender. Now, there are stages. Now, stage 1, there's a path 1. We'll call it path 1. There's the path that you can hurt, you can hate, you can have resentment, and you can take revenge. Now, let me tell you about path 2 in forgiving your offender. Path 2 is, yes, you can hurt. Yes, you're going to feel humiliation, but we're going to consider it as humility. Third, you're going to go through healing. And fourth, you're going to reach wholeness. So you have a choice. I'm going to give you the 2 paths, and I'm hoping you make the right choice tonight. You can hurt, hate, have resentment and revenge, or you can hurt, have humility, go through healing, and get to your wholeness. You may say, oh, Dr. Kimberly, but you do not understand. I know you're saying you've been through a lot, Dr. Kimberly, but how can I forgive the one who offended me? How can I forgive my mother who gave me up for adoption? How can I forgive my father who said he would show up on the weekends and never made it to me? How can I forgive my relative who molested me and raped me? How can I forgive my best friend who I confided in and they revealed my personal secrets? How can I forgive my coworker who stole my idea and who was promoted in my place? How can I forgive my child who is so disrespectful to me? How can I forgive the person who murdered my son, who attacked my daughter? How can I forgive my husband who abused me or who is abusing me? How can I forgive my wife who cheated on me? I saved myself. I dedicated myself for this one person and they cheated on me. How can I forgive the person who falsely accused me of a crime and I ended up in jail? How can I forgive this person? How can I forgive my drug addicted relative who I moved into my home out of love and then they turned around and stole from me? How can I forgive my mate, my partner, my spouse who uses the household funds for his gambling or her gambling addiction? How can I forgive that pastor who put me out of the church because they said gays are not allowed? Because they said I could not come to their church because I'm a homosexual, I'm a bisexual, I'm a lesbian, I'm transgender, I'm queer. Who and how can I forgive this person? You're telling me path 2, yes, I can hurt, have humility, go through the forgiveness, have healing, and have wholeness. But do you realize the offense that has come against me? How can I forgive this person? I know it's hard. Trust me, I'm not just a person who picked up a book and read about a topic and said, that sounds so good, I think I'm going to share it with the world today. I'm able to talk to you because I have been in that place. I've been in the place where I've said, how can I forgive this person? I know it's hard. I know it is difficult. I know it is painful. Yes, I do. But at the same time, I know your forgiveness is your freedom. I'm going to say that again. Your forgiveness is your freedom. You think I don't want to let that person off the hook. Your forgiveness is to let you off the hook. Stop being choked by that bondage and stop being weighted down by that hurt. We're going to move through it tonight. We're going to move through hurt and humility and healing and get you to the place of wholeness. Maybe you won't get to all 4 steps tonight. That's why I want you to repeat, re-listen till you get this so deep in your spirit, till your offender no longer has control over your emotions, till your offender no longer has control over your mind. Your forgiveness is your freedom. Now, I told you there are 2 paths. Path of 1, hurt, when you're wounded, you're injured, you've just been attacked, you've been wronged, you've been damaged. You've been at the place of hate. I just despise them. I can't stand them. The thought of her makes me sick. That's the stage of hate. Then it leads to the stage or that part of path 1. That's resentment. Resentment is that place where you're holding on to that grudge. You refuse to let it go because you feel that grudge, holding on to it, will give you the power. You feel that those hard feelings and that bitterness and that anger will help you not to forgive them. I will never forget what you did. I will never forgive what you did. That's the stage of resentment. Then it leads to revenge, where you take matters into your own hand. See, resentment is internal, but revenge, it's external. It's when you take off the earrings, when you take off the shoes and you say, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. You have taken me to the highest level of anger. Oh, I'm going to pay you back. See, that's when revenge steps in. Maybe I can just tell you off this one good time. Just give me this one good time, Dr. Kimberly. I promise you, they won't mess with me no again. That's what old people say. No more again. They won't mess with me another further. That's what old people say. If I could just tell them a piece of my mind, that's revenge. I could tell they business. I should tell they business. But I've been there. It only gives you a temporary pleasure. After you tell them off, give them a piece of your mind, take the shoes off, take the earrings off, put the Vaseline on your fists so you can just bop them out. It's only temporary pleasure. Don't take revenge, Romans 12:19. My dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. God's wrath, leave room. It seems like it's taking too long, God. When you going to punish my enemy? I was doing good, and my offender came against me and hurt me. When are you going to stand up and defend for me? It's written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. Do not be overcome. Do not be overcome by evil. Some people just evil. Don't be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. That leads me to path 2. I encourage you to get on board on this path. Path 2 is the path where there's hurt, but you're going to have humility. You're going to have healing, and you're going to have wholeness. Hurt, that's when you acknowledge, yes, some damage has been happened to me. Some offense has happened to me. Some pain has happened to me. Acknowledge the emotional wounds that haven't happened to you. You may feel shame because of what happened. You may feel worthless because of what happened. You may feel wounds and abandonment. You may feel physical injury because of what happened. Stop accepting the hurt. Don't stay in that hurt stage. Stop accepting the hurt, the blame, the accusations. Stop being a doormat. It's not always your fault. Stop being the doormat. Acknowledge your hurt. Be honest now, because you know we grew up on the playground in elementary. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You got to be real. Words do hurt. Words can wound. Words can inflict. Oh, I'm fine. That didn't hurt me. Gotta be honest. Acknowledge the hurt. To God, it's okay. Acknowledge your hurt to God. Acknowledge. Say, I'm hurting. If you gotta cry it out, I'm hurting. And if possible, acknowledge it to the person. If possible, what you did, it hurt me. That stage hurt. The second is humility. Now let me give you a caveat, which means an explanation to prevent misrepresentation. Let me give you an explanation about what I'm about to say so it can prevent any misrepresentation. When the humility stage steps in, I'm first deal with you if you are the offender. If you are the offender, you got to go with the purpose of acknowledging your part. There are 3 sides, I always say. There are 3 sides to every story. Your side, their side, and the truth side. Your side, their side, and the truth side. But she did, and he did, and they did. Humble yourself. In the stage of humility, humble yourself and accept your part. You got to go without pride. You got to go without arrogance. You can't go saying, I'm coming because the Lord told me to apologize to you. Or I'm coming because, I need a blessing. In order to get my blessing, I got to apologize. Or I'm coming to apologize because I'm going through this series on the Lifeline, talking about what to do when life happens. So we're going through a series of unforgiveness and forgiveness. So I need to come and get it right and fix it with you. No. You got to go with the purpose to resolve. I want to read something to you. Whether you're Muslim and your faith is Islam, whether you're a Jew and your faith is Judaism, whether you are a Christian and your faith is Christianity, this can apply to you. Matthew 5:23. Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar in your time of prayer, in your time of meditation, and you remember that your brother or your sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. Stop the prayer. Stop the meditation and go to that person and fix it. Get it right before you try to get it right with God in spirit. Get it right with that person. If you are the offender, get it right. You got to say, I apologize for the pain that I've caused you. You got to feel what you gave out. I apologize for the pain that I have caused you. I do not want to hurt you like that anymore. Humility. Now, if you was the offender. Now, if you've been offended, I want you to first ask yourself, have you done something also? Again, there are three sides to the story. Yours, theirs, and the truth. So you have to be honest with yourself. Did something you do or did created this uproar between you and your offender? Humble yourself and go with the intent of an open mind. Go with humility and honesty. Any resentment, any blame, all that you're holding on and you're carrying, you're going to let it go because you're going in humility. You know what? We can talk to everybody else about the problem. But until you deal with who you got the problem with, you're not going to feel good. Because you're going to still talk to Johnny, then you're going to talk to Mary, then you're going to talk to Sue and DeQuisha and Javon until you really talk to John, the one you got the problem with. Now, I have a caveat again, an explanation to prevent misrepresentation. A caveat. Let me say this so I can interject here. Everyone that has offended you, you may not be able to go to them. And it's okay. The murderer who killed your child, you may not be able to go to them. The family member who molested you, you may not be able to go to them. The ex who was abusive to you, you may not be able to go to them. That's the caveat. Every offender, you may not be able to approach. So in those situations, you're going to have to resolve it within yourself. You're going to have to say, for my healing, I'm forgiving. For my healing, I'm forgiving. So that leads us to the third part of path 2, which is healing. For your sanity, you must be willing to heal. For your peace of mind, you must be willing to heal. For your future relationships to be successful, you must be willing to heal. You can't carry over to the next relationship because the old relationship was a mess. That's not fair to that new person. You can't carry over and project into a new situation because an old situation didn't work. You can't carry over because you don't trust people no more. So I can't carry that over into new situations. You can't project on the new because of what happened in the old. Your relationship with that man didn't work, so now you're saying all men are dogs. Or the relationship with that woman didn't work, so all women are after your money. No. For your peace of mind, for future relationships to be successful, you must be willing to be healed. For your path to be clear, you must be willing to forgive. Say it. For my healing, I'm forgiving. Doing your prayer, you got to forgive. Oh, we like to get caught up in the moment of prayer. Yes, we feel the spirit. We all in prayer. But during prayer, you got to forgive. I'm going to read that to you. Matthew 6:12. This was during the time when they was teach us to pray. When the disciples said, teach us to pray. So he's teaching them to pray. Within the prayer, he says, Jesus, and forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. Who are the debtors? Those who owe us an apology, a remedy, forgiveness. Please forgive me. I apologize. During prayer, you have to forgive. And after prayer, when you say thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Ashe. Well, after you say all of that, Matthew 6:14 ends. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. What are trespasses? That's when you've seen the sign. You know, people put that do not trespass on their fence or on the door. That means don't overstep your boundaries. So forgive your trespassers, those who've overstepped their boundaries with you, those who've crossed the line with you. You know, we say, oh, you crossed the line now. Remember in elementary, we draw that line and say, if you cross this line, it's on. Trespassers. You have to forgive those who've crossed the line, who've invaded your space. Those who trespassed against you. That's the healing. Now let's move to wholeness. Wholeness is when you have closure with yourself. Wholeness is when you have closure with that person. Now remember the caveat I've already expressed to you. The explanation to prevent any misrepresentation. There's some those who offended you that you're just going to have to resolve within yourself. It may not be healthy to approach that person. It may be dangerous. That person may be dangerous. You know more than I know how that ended. But you're ready for wholeness. I remember this poem, and it was a quote I want to share. The hardest thing about holding on is knowing when to let go. You got to ask yourself, is this a situation I want to stay or I want to go? Is this a situation where I want to restore or I want to release? You have to make up your mind on that. Sometimes we got to remind ourselves the reason why we left that offender, the reason why we left that relationship, the reason why we severed that friendship. You have to remind yourself so you won't go back, so you won't go back to an unhealthy relationship. Sometimes, let me tell you, we can mix up what forgiveness is. We believe forgiveness means I forgive you because the Lord says forgive you. I forget what you've done. Now let's get back together, go have lunch, go shopping again. That's not necessarily the full steps of forgiveness. Forgiveness, yes, means I release you from revenge. I release you from the desire to punish you. I release you from payback. But here's a VIP for you, a very important point. That doesn't mean you have to be buddy again. It means this: you have shown me who you are, and I only need to see it one time. You have shown me who you are. I can't change who you are, but I can change the position that I've had you in my life. All is well with my soul. I forgive. I forget what's behind. I'm moving forward, and you may not be in my future, and that is okay. You have shown me who you are, and who you are is not healthy for me. Who you are won't bring wholeness to me. So you've shown me who you are. I can't change who you are, but I can change the position that I've had you in my life. Now, if you decide to stay and restore, you got to go with a willingness to come to a compromise. You have to go with putting on tender mercies and kindness and meekness and forgive each other. If you are going to stay and restore, you got to go without blaming. You got to go without causing faults and justifying your wrongs. If you're going to stay and restore, you got to go seeking forgiveness for all wrong. If you're going to stay and restore. If you decide it's not healthy for me, then that is okay. I forgive you, but being with you is not healthy for me. I'm going to say it again. You've shown me who you are. I believe it. I can't change who you are, but I can change the position that I've had you in my life. How do you know when you have forgiven your offender? When that sting of pain minimizes. You know, when you think about it and you don't get angry and bitter and resentful anymore. When what happened is a lesson reminder and not a revenge opportunity. When the desire for revenge and payback is no longer on your agenda. It's not on your date book, on your daily plan. When you realize hating them hurts you. That's how you know when you have forgiven your offender. When you become aware that holding on to the pain holds you back from your progress. I'm going to say that again. You know when you have forgiven your offender, when holding on to the pain holds you back from your progress. One last thing I want to say. You know when you have forgiven your offender, when Genesis 50 verse 20 becomes your life's motto, mission, lesson. It says, but as for you, my offender, you meant evil against me. Yes, you did. You thought it was going to take me out kill my life, destroy my reputation. Yeah, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. There was a lesson that I had to learn, and I learned it. I've learned it. I hope you learned yours too. Don't go back. I hope you've learned yours too. So when you understand that, forgiveness is your release. Forgiving your offender is your freedom. Forgiving yourself is your healing. Forgiving, period, is your wholeness. I've told you about 2 paths. Take the right one. I really want you to take path 2. That path that you're going to have hurt, but you're going to have humility. You're going to have healing, and you're going to have wholeness. Now I'm ending with you on a what to do list. I want you to write down your offender. And I want you to write down the offense. And I want you to write a statement forgiving you and forgiving them. I wanted to say this. To me, you're going to put your name. To me, I forgive myself for, and you fill in the blank. To my offender, I forgive you for, and you fill in the blank. I realize that holding on to what happened is holding back the good things that are ready to happen for me. I release you from the position of pain in my life. I release you from the position of power in my life. I free myself. I want you to see it. If you got to write it down, I want you to write it down. To me, I forgive myself. And you're going to say what for? To my offender, I forgive you for. I realize that holding on to what happened is holding back the good things that are ready to happen for me. I release you from the position of pain in my life. I release you from the position of power in my life. I free myself. Live in freedom every day. Every week I'm with you. I'm not going to leave you each week as we talk. I pray forgiveness has now become your strength, your freedom, your victory, your power. Freedom is in your forgiveness. Until we meet again next week, next Tuesday, I love you. And I'm so glad that you've been through this series because you are now free. You live in freedom every day. God bless you.